Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering Rotom and all of its forms. Essentially I've come up with a set for each Rotom form. Now most of these sets are changeable between all of them because its attack, special attack, doesn't really vary hugely on different things. So as you see I'm going across, some of them are a little bit more specially defensive, some of them are a little bit faster for example. I'll explain that as I'm going through each of these sets. So first of all, we have got just a generic Rotom with no specific form, and this one's holding the choice specs, allowing for the special attack to be 1.5 times. You could run choice scarf on this as well if you wanted to. It's entirely an option that you can go for. And move-wise, we've got Thunderbolt and Shadow Ball, two strong stab attacks, which hit a variety of Pokemon. Obviously, Thunderbolt can hit every Pokemon except for ground types, and then Shadow Ball the same with normal types. There are not very effective, but you know, that's fine. You've then got Hyper Voice as another coverage move. Hits a variety of different Pokemon. Do watch out for Throat Chop though. And then Volt Switch, just in case you need to get out of there. Especially with like a Choice Scarf. If you just switched in and you're predicting a switch, you could always go for the Volt Switch to get out of there and get another Pokemon in. It's definitely an option that you could go for. EV's gone for max special attack and max speed here with a timid nature, so more speed, less attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. If you're going for the choice scarf, I'd recommend going for the modest instead, just because you're not going to need that extra speed unless you're thinking about base 100 scarf Pokemon. But yeah, that's up to you what you decide to go for. Second of all, I have Rotom Fan. Now, Rotom Fan has nice defense and special defense, which allows for it to be quite effective on a supportive aspect. So on here, we've got Light Clay and we've got dual screens. Now, if you want to change it up and run one screen with Toxic, obviously Toxic being a transfer-only move now, so you'd have to transfer this from a previous generation with Toxic on it. But you would have access to the dual screens here, setting up your defense and special defense. This will be more for the rest of your team, support for them, because this thing, whilst it does have really good special attacks, so it could go for that choice spec set initially, or it could go for a nasty plot combination with these. I think it works really nice as a screens Pokemon. You've then got Pain Split to ensure that you're maintaining your health at an appropriate level, which again is really cool. And then you've got Discharge, which powerful electric type attack, as I said, hits a variety of different Pokemon. And the good thing about this is you're only weak to Rock, I think, or Rock and Ice. So 2 types weakness, but yeah, so it's not too bad, and you're not going to be affected by the ground types, which is good, although you're not really affected by ground types anyways, so yeah, we'll throw that out, but yeah, okay, so EV-wise, got max HP and max special defense with a calm nature, so more special defense and less attack, and 4 EVs in special attack. You could always run this as max defense with max HP if you wanted to, or even max HP and max special attack if you're going more for like if you go for like a nasty plot and discharge rather than just the discharge, or if you're going for discharge and air slash, for example. Options that you can go for. You can vary different sets in different ways. Third of all, we have Rotom Frost. Now, for Rotom Frost, I've actually gone for a wide lens, just increasing that accuracy ever so slightly because Blizzard and Thunder here are not 100% accurate. They are quite difficult to be getting to be 100% accurate. You could always have like a rain team to have the Thunder 100% accurate, and then possibly have Dynamax to create the max hailstorm, to create the hail for the Blizzard to be always hitting, but that's just an option off the top of my head. Move-wise, we've got Nasty Plot, allowing for you to double your special attack from 309 to 618, making it very, very high. And then you've got Blizzard, Thunder, and then Dark Pulse to hit a variety of Pokemon. You're not as fast on here, so you can run max speed and max special attack if you want to, but you could also run max HP and max special attack as well with a modest nature. So it's entirely up to you what you do and what works with your team, because different forms of this are going to work with different teams. The next Rotom we have is one of the more common Rotoms, and I decided to put Heavy Duty Boots on here. Now, Heavy Duty Boots mean that you don't take the hazard damage when you come in, and I'd be more worried about the Stealth Rocks here because you will take 25% health when you come in. That's something you don't really want, so that's the whole reason for the Heavy Duty Boots. If you're not worried about that, you can run things like Life Orb or yeah, berries, different things like that. On here we have Thunderbolt, And Overheat, both strong stab moves. Overheat obviously having a higher accuracy than Blizzard and Thunder, for example, so that's why it's not got the wide lens set. You've also got Nasty Plot on here. Now, Nasty Plot is a really nice move, just in general. It's on several of these sets just because it's a really good setup move. And then you've got Thunder Wave, just to slow down different Pokemon. With base 86 speed, if you can get the Thunder Wave off at half their speed, you are going to be outspeeding the majority of them, so it can be quite nice for you there. Rotom Heat also really benefits because it would normally have 4 times weakness to ground types, and it obviously does not because of the Levitate. So the only thing you really have to watch out for is Mold Breaker, Excadrill, because they are relatively common. But yeah, that's the idea for this set. Max Special Attack, Max Speed, Timid Nature, so more speed, less attack, and 4 EVs and Special Defense. Could always go for Max HP and Max Special Attack if you want to. It's entirely your choice. Next up, we have Rotom Mow. Now, Rotom Mow is another one that has really nice defenses, so I've gone for a little bit more of a defensive set on here. We've got the leftovers, allowing for us to maintain our health a little bit more, and we've also got the Pain Split, as I explained earlier, allows you to maintain your health and can also dwindle down opposing Pokemon as well. We've got Defog on here. Now, Defog is really nice on Rotom Mow because it's not going to be affected that much by any of the hazards that might be set up, because it's not hitting the floor, and then it's not weak to rock types. I think it's neutral on rock types, so it wouldn't be taking that much. I think it's like 12% of their health. Move-wise, I've gone for Thunderbolt here, so that's just a generic coverage move. You could go Leaf Storm if you wanted to, but I think Thunderbolt would hit more Pokemon. As I've already explained, we have Pain Split to make sure we're maintaining health and lowering the opposing Pokemon. And we've got Toxic, again, a transfer-only move, but it does allow for you to rack up damage on different Pokemon. You can always run Will-O-Wisp as well if you want to, but that will come more on the next set. Eevee's gone for Max HP and Max Special Defense with Calm Nature, so more Special Defense, less attack, and 4 EVs in Special Attack. Or you could run Max Defensive if you want to, even with Rocky Helmet, for example. Now, finally, we have Rotom Wash. Now, this Rotom Wash is an interesting one. You can run it either as a fast sweeper or you can run it as a defensive Pokemon. Now, I've run Rotom Wash in both ways, and I've found it to be beneficial in both areas as well. So on here we have the Rocky Helmet, meaning that if you're getting hit by physical attacks, you are going to take some of the opposing Pokemon's health with you as well. We've then got Will-O-Wisp to burn physical Pokemon, which obviously halves their attack power, allowing for you to be a little bit stronger. We've got Hex, which doubles in the power if you've got them status. So if you've got the Will-O-Wisp off, that Hex is going to double in power, so you're going to have a strong Ghost-type move there. You've got Thunderbolt, powerful electric-type attack, hits a variety of different Pokemon. And then Hydro Pump as well, strong Water-type attack, and can hit, again, a variety of Pokemon, including things like Excadrill, which have Mold Breaker and come in and will destroy you multiple times. I cannot emphasize that enough. But yes, EV-wise, you've got a couple of options. You go Max Special Attack, Max Speed with Timid Nature, so more speed, less attack. You could go for Max HP and Max Defense and possibly pop Pain Split on this set as well to ensure that you're maintaining your health. So there's a couple of different options here. You could even use Dynamax with like weakness policy on some of these. You could Dynamax and put choice specs on some of these where they don't have access to like poison moves. But yeah, there's always the option of like, I think a weakness policy Dynamax set would be really nice with the Rotoms. Always going for the special because its physical attack is abysmal, and I think its physical move pool is abysmal as well. But yeah, I hope that gives you a couple of ideas. A lot of these can be run on each other than like the specific moves like the Hydro Pump, Leaf Storm, Overheat, Blizzard, Air Slash. So they're all specific to that form, but you can interchange all of these and possibly use the different forms of sets on different Pokemon on the different types. That is all for today. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I'll see you soon.